Doesn't it feel good to have footy back? Hello, welcome to the opening round review. I am not a firm believer in the opening round. I think that it is ridiculous. I thought it is ridiculous ever since Melbourne lost the first opening round. I think it's unnecessary. I think we're creating a space for more injuries and more coach complaints, if I can put it lightly. I think it's a waste to have literally 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 teams who will play. Who's playing next week? Having 10 teams that play a game before 8 teams play a game, I think is a little bit silly. It's what they've chosen to do. I'm not the CEO of the AFL. I have no say. What it does give me is an opportunity to talk about what we have learnt in the, can I count, 5 matches that were played. And we'll start with Sydney and Carlton. That was a stinker for half of it. And I won't lie to you, I did go to sleep after the first quarter. I watched the first quarter to see if they'd get stuck into Charlie or Florent, and they didn't. What I did enjoy, in the one quarter I watched, I then had to rewatch the next 3 quarters the day after. I did enjoy watching Sydney shank it inside the forward 50, and then they cut to Simon Goodwin on the bench, and I went, yep, you know what, that tracks. That makes sense why they're fucking shanking it in the forward 50. That was like watching Melbourne. I was like getting flashbacks, PTSD. I'm like, why the fuck are they doing that? Simon Goodwin's there. No fucking shit. And then I reckon Coxie gave him a halftime spray for the masses. I don't think Goodwin was even in that room. And they just came out and slotted 12. That is an unrealistic amount of goals to slot in a quarter. An unbelievable feat that Sydney have done in the third quarter. It was over even halfway through that third quarter before they even kicked the 12. I reckon after 6 it was done. We're back to the point where Carlton have this halftime hoodoo. I don't know if it's Voss's aura when they go down there for the 30 minutes or whatever. And he's just in there, I don't know. Probably isn't even fuming because he's actually quite proud of them at halftime. And they walk out, they're going, yeah, we're in a good spot. And then the shit hits the fan as soon as they hit the turf for the second half. I don't know what goes on down there. I would pay to know what goes on down there because it's been for like 4 seasons of not being able to play a second half of football. I've never seen Charlie Curnow smile so much, either. And we'll get to players who haven't smiled very much later as well. But this whole moving environment thing, it's working and I'm not very happy about it. Moving on, we've got Gold Coast and Geelong. And are Geelong shit? Are they just really bad without Danger and Cameron? Like, what the fuck happened in that game? Petrarca put on a masterclass. I haven't seen him play that well since the fucking premiership. And I'm furious about it. I'm so angry about it because he went out there last year and purposely played like shit, I reckon. I reckon he purposely went out there to play like shit so he could get out of his fucking contract. And then he learned how to kick in 6 months. That man was the worst inside 50 fucking kicker I've ever seen besides Sam Walsh. And he's hitting targets, lowering the eyes, and he's not blazing away. He's just fucking bullet kicking to the forwards. And I know it helps when your forwards lead. I understand that. But like, he's looking for secondary options that he never used to look for before. I had the biggest hate watch. I'm not gonna lie, I won't lie to you. Biggest hate watch, I think, in Victoria on Friday night. And I was just... no words could escape my mouth besides pure and vile hatred. 34 disposals, 3 goals against Geelong. Best game of his entire career, including the games he played at Melbourne, including the grand final. Are we fucking serious? I hate him. I hate him because he kept saying he would stay. And I hate him more because wog to wog, I trusted that man and I never should have. It's literally Tom Scully version 2, and I knew it. and I still gave faith to him. Que cazzo? Played the best game of his life. Mafafanguro. Seriously. Oh, I hate him. I'm gonna lose it if I talk about him anymore. Like, that was probably the highlight of that game, was him just fucking dominating, putting on a masterclass. Gold Coast are scary. But, you know what I do have to look forward to? Bailey Humphrey coming to Melbourne. I want him so bad. I want him to move back down here. Go to Maui. Train at Casey. just come back. Just come back down. I don't give a shit what Dimmer says. If we can get out of contracts as we've established, just fucking come down. The AFL's golden child, the Gold Coast Suns, they look scary. It's been, I don't even know how long they've been in the league, but let's say a decade in the making of trying to get this fucking team off the rocks, and it's worked. We poach the Richmond Premiership coach. We poach a Premiership player. Gold Coast and GWS are just rehabilitation for players who fucking hate their clubs. Oh, I need to move on. GWS Hawthorn. I'm not nearly as upset at Clayton Oliver as I am as Christian Petrarca. We walked Clayton out of the door. It was Stephen King's way or the highway, and he picked the highway. But to see Clary, going around with life to him, basically, it was good to see. I just hope he's not doing drugs. He's rooming with Bedford, another demon. Fuck. There's like 3 of them up there at fucking Bondi. Hogan, Clayton, and Bedford. Just fucking... And then you got Jordan at Sydney, but that's a whole different issue. Clayton looked good. He didn't have as much impact as Track, not nearly as much, but he slot one and he had like 24 disposals or something, and he just looked happy. Again, rehabilitation for players who hate their clubs. We walked Bedford out the door. Clayton is happy there. Stringer. Oh, fuck, Stringer. He looked unbelievable. I haven't seen him play like that in like 5 years. Every time that man's contract is on the fucking line, he just whips out the most absurd shit I've ever seen from the pocket. He ran faster than I've ever seen him run. That was unbelievable. The Hawks... I kind of saw this coming. They're just a media team at this point. I kept seeing memes about Sam Mitchell and the AI. That was really funny. To be fair, I think it was half time. They cut to him in the box and he's on the fucking laptop going, he's typing away. I'm going, yeah, he's asking the fucking computer, what do I say to my team to rev them up at half time so we don't lose to GWS? The thing is, like, all of the Hawthorn boys kind of played the same. Like, in terms of overall, they were all kind of in the same boat. There was no outstanding. There wasn't someone really good and someone really, really shit. It was just that GWS just put on a clinic, and it was Stringer and Riccardi. Stringer 5'4". That guy is he is unbelievable. Next year, they're going to sign him. Stringer's going to sign this fucking contract, like a 1-year extension. And he's going to just keep doing this, because why would they give him more than 1 year if every time his contract runs out, he puts on the best performance ever? Probably moving on to the best game of the round, which is Brisbane Western Bulldogs. Jesus Christ, I was sitting there, my heart was pounding. I don't even go for either of them, but fuck. I wanted Brisbane to lose so bad. Also, both premiership teams playing in opening round is absurd. Not only do they have less time to train and practice in the off-season, you put them both in opening round. Ed Richards, I watched a TikTok of him from his wife before the game. She wrote some outrageous caption I'm not going to repeat. And then I saw him put on a clinic as well. Like, there was just a few blokes out there over the weekend that just put on a clinic, and Ed Richards is one of them. When it mattered the most, that guy just fucking ascended. He locked in, hit flow state, just running around the ground, shrugging tackles, perfectly weighted 50-meter bombs. Like, it's just unbelievable. Neil got a few boos. I mean, I understand why, when you cheat on your wife. But he didn't have as much. I mean, he had 39 disposals, and I was about to say he didn't have much impact, but I feel like those disposals weren't impactful. Like, he was there. It wasn't like anything really happened from them. Highlight as well. Big Tim English. Is he the best ruckman in the league besides Max? With the fucking rule changes. He ran like 150 meters, took a mark in the goal square, and slotted it. What the fuck? Got stuck into Darcy Fort, ran back into the middle. Free kick, Tim English in the ruck. Fuck. Seriously. Like, I don't know, Tim English just looked athletic. I didn't rate Tim English at all. I think he was like below Darcy Cameron in my ruck list. I don't rate Darcy Cameron. He's skyrocketed top 3 ruckmans in the league. He looked unfucking stoppable. I actually can't fault that game. It was just you were watching it the whole time. If you looked away, something happened. That was a great game. I actually couldn't ask for more for a prime time Saturday night match. And then we get to the stinker of Sunday, which is St Kilda Collingwood. And I'm watching it, I'm like, fuck, St Kilda are actually okay. And I'm gonna knock on wood when I say that, because we verse them next week. I'm like, fuck, they're actually not playing bad. The pressure that they're putting is unbelievable on the Pies. The Pies are fumbly. And then Scott Pendlebury, the 60-year-old with the fucked knees and the fucking arthritis in his elbows, comes out onto the ground every half of the fucking quarter and puts him in the front. But holy shit. Like, that game could have been same level as the Doggies and the Lions game if the umpiring was not atrocious. As I don't know what the term is, but I don't support either team. As a non-biased, well, obviously there's a bit of bias. I wanted Collingwood to lose. But, as a Melbourne supporter watching that game, fuck, it was bad. The whistle came out, and then it went away, and then it came out again, and then it went away. Like, the last quarter was unbelievable. I honestly think the Saints could have won the game if they got that free kick in that last quarter. And because they didn't, it just became a scrap match, and Collingwood just kicked 2, and it was over. Like, there was 2 minutes left, they weren't kicking 2. There were a few calls that were pretty bad. And then, I hate watching Collingwood games. Like, I hate watching Collingwood games. You hear them boo the umpire decision, and then when it goes their way and they kick the goal, all you hear is, Collingwood. I'm like, you were just fucking complaining. You were just complaining. As soon as the tide shifts, we start fucking chanting. It's opening round, you're versing St Kilda, you're almost losing to St Kilda after your reserves lose to North. De Koning looked meh. Silvani looked shit. Naz can't handle a tag. We made him look absolutely unbelievably good last year, and he signed that $2 million contract. And now he's getting some attention, and he is just a stinky. They were missing easy goals, St Kilda. Easy goals. But so did Collingwood, so I can't even say that's the reason. The pressure was there, but when you're paying a total of, $8 million for 4 blokes, and they all fucking stink, like, it's just not worth it at that point. Drop them. No, it's opening round, I shouldn't say that. Mitch Owens put on a masterclass in acting. That was he got high fended off, which is a high contact and is a free kick. That is the rule. dropping to your knees like you got stabbed or shot is unreal work. That is unbelievable work to be doing in, I don't know, the second quarter. McRae is so bad, by the way. Like, Jack McRae, gun at the Doggies, shithouse at the Saints. I don't know what that club does to players who have some sort of will and some sort of skill to them. He has gone down the drain. Holy shit. On a plus side for Melbourne, no Rowan Marshall, so it's just going to be a DeConing Gawn match next week, so that's going to be okay. We've got Moose. Oh, Moose revenge match. Sorry, I'm getting too ahead of myself. Some great plays, some great individual efforts, and some real stinky efforts. But it's good to have footy back. God, it's good to have footy back. I don't agree with the format of having the footy back, but it's good to have footy back. Tune in next week to see me probably lose my shit about the Melbourne Football Club. I am optimistic. Keep in mind, I am optimistic. We've got a new coach, a new game plan. The 2 practice matches, granted it was 1 and a half of practice. We looked okay. We did also verse fucking 18th and 17th, but, you know, we looked okay. We will see what the future holds for me and my mental state. The actual opening round of the league, the one that I'm considering to be the opening round, because, again, I don't like opening round. I think it's stupid. What do I know? Also, I hope you've enjoyed the pasta mic. Don't ask me why. I just thought it'd be fun to hold something, and here I am. And now it's really, really warm, so I'm going to end the video because I can just feel the heat from my hand radiating off the handle of the spatula. So, thank you so much for joining me. Leave your round 1 tips below. If you want to talk about Melbourne, feel free. I've had a lot of people tell me how stinky and shit they are because I accidentally made a TikTok that went semi-viral, and a lot of people left their opinions on that, including the fact that I can't pronounce my THs. That was really, really fun. Anyway, I'm gonna go. So, I will see you after round 1. Arrivederci. Bye. See you later.